Hi, everyone. We're going to do some yin yoga. It's very relaxing and the stretches are pretty deep, so props can be helpful to support your body weight. If at any point you feel pain in your body, like a pinching or a tingling, you're going to want to come out of the pose. And if you have any injuries, type them in the chat box just so I can be aware of them. Also, if you have any requests, type them in the chat box. Also, happy Mother's Day. Thanks for coming. We'll start today in child's pose. Bring your knees wide, sit back onto your heels, and then rest your forehead onto the earth, maybe over a pillow or onto a block. The wider your knees, the more of a stretch you'll feel in your inner hips. Just let your entire body feel supported by the earth. Take a breath in. Big breath out. Breath in. Big breath out. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Side out. And then find whatever breath feels good in your body. Notice any thoughts, notice any anticipation of movement. Can you sit with and breathe into the stillness, maybe the discomfort that's associated with it? You're here for a couple more minutes. Maybe you set an intention for your practice. From here, crawl your fingertips over to the left, feeling a side bend stretch. Keep pushing your right hip back towards your right heel. Option to drop your right shoulder, gaze under your left shoulder. So you can make this active in your upper body, feel a deeper stretch, or a little more passive. Just let gravity sink your heart to the earth and you'll feel a tiny opening through your right side. Inhale back to center, other side. Draw your fingers over to the right. Inhale, center. Take a full round of breath. And slowly push up into tabletop. Take your time. Walk one knee under your hip, then the other. Press up onto your palms. Inhale, cow pose. Drop your belly. Slide your heart forward. Exhale, cat. Round and curl your spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. A few more on your own. From a neutral tabletop half pigeon, bring your right knee to your right wrist. Send your shin across your mat. Lengthen your left leg long behind you. Even out your weight here through your hips. Option to stay upright or fold forward. You can also flip onto your back for supine pigeon, especially if this bothers your front knee. You can support your forehead, your chest with a block or a blanket. Halfway through this side. One more minute. Take a full breath. Gently press back to the tabletop. If down dog would feel good, go for it. And a counter stretch. Bend your right knee, open your hip. Other side, bring your left knee to your left wrist. Or pigeon on your back. Option to stay upright. Option to fold forward. And also take this on the wall if this ever bothers your knee. So it looks like figure 4, but your foot comes up against the wall. And you've got 4 full minutes here, so release as much tension as you can, especially in your upper body. Minute and a half on this side. Full round of breath. And slowly find your counter stretch. Tabletop or down dog. We'll all meet in a tabletop. Come into half splits. You can always pad your back knee here, either by rolling over the edge of your mat or use a towel or a blanket. If you have sensitive knees, then you prefer coming onto the earth, you lie onto your back. And then send your right leg high. Maybe you loop a strap or towel around your right foot, taking the hamstring stretch from your spine. Otherwise, right foot forward in between your hands. And then straighten your right leg, fold over your front thigh. Keep your spine as flat as you can. Here for about 2 minutes. Halfway through, if you want to add on or come in a little deeper, if you want something more active, grab for the outside edge of your right foot with your left hand and gently pull your chest closer to your front thigh. And your next inhale, slide back to tabletop and flow through a cow cat or push into down dog. If you're on your back, hug your knees in, give yourself a squeeze. And then we'll switch it out. Other side, your left foot's forward in between your hands or left foot to the sky. Finding your hamstring stretch, straightening your left leg. Halfway through. Notice if you're holding your breath or you've activated tension through your jaw, your shoulders. Take a deep breath in and out. Slowly slide back to tabletop or down dog. We'll all meet in a seated position. Setting up for dragonfly variation. You can sit on a block if you're tighter through your hips or your hamstrings. Send your right leg out to the right, bring your left foot into your inner thigh, and then even out your weight through your hips so you've got a firm base. We'll start with a side bend stretch. It's going to be an active one to start. Bring your right hand or forearm underneath your right calf. Lift your left arm up and over. So it's a side bend stretch. You want to feel this for your left side body. Think about rotating your heart open to the sky. If you have the flexibility, maybe you reach your left peace fingers around your right big toe. But if that causes you to close off your heart, you're going to lose the stretch in your left side. So release your grip, focus on the opening for your side body. Not here for very long, just about 30 more seconds. Let's take 4 more breaths. And you slowly lift yourself up. Rotate your heart to frame your right leg. Exhale, fold over your right thigh. Now you can make this passive. You can bend your right knee as much as you need to. Or active, grab onto your calf, your foot, and gently pull your chest to your thigh. You've got 2 full minutes here in the hamstring stretch. So determine what feels best in your body. Maybe you switch back and forth from passive to active. Halfway through. One more breath. And curl yourself up, unwind your legs, plant your feet, drop your shins side to side. Other side, send your left foot out, bring your right foot into your inner thigh. Find your firm base, and then side bend stretch to start. Take your left palm or forearm, slide it underneath your left calf. Inhale, lift your right arm up and over. Keep rotating your heart open to the ceiling. A few more breaths. Take 2 full breaths. Slowly curl yourself up. Turn your shoulders, frame your left leg. Exhale, fold over your left thigh. You have an option to bend your left knee. You can always support your forehead with your props or grab on, actively draw your chest towards your thighs, but keep tension out of your shoulders, your neck. Over halfway through. Finish the round of breath that you're on. And curl yourself up. Plant your feet, shins side to side. Butterfly, bring your feet together. You can also sit on a block here or up against a wall. The closer your feet towards your hips, the more of a stretch you're going to feel through your inner hips. The farther away your feet, the more of a stretch you'll feel through your spine. You can grab on or interlace your fingers underneath the pinky toe side edge of your foot and then roll forward. If you've got a block or props, option to support your forehead here as you fold. halfway through. Release any grip you have, curl yourself up, and one more time, plant your feet shin side to side. Lower all the way onto your belly. We'll take thread the needle from the earth. Slide your right arm underneath your chest, just below your chin. Your forehead drops to your mat. If this is too much, slide your left knee out to a half frog leg. So we'll let your body melt to the earth. Slowly push into your left hand, slide your right arm under. Other side, bring your left arm under. Just below your chin, drop your forehead to the earth. Again, if it's too much this time, draw your right knee out to the right, in line with your right hip, taking a half frog leg. Slowly push into your right hand, slide your left arm out underneath you, Sphinx pose. Walk your elbows underneath your shoulders. Push through your forearms so your spine is long. You can always tuck your chin here, relax through your neck, or even stack blocks underneath your forehead. If at any point you want more, you can rotate your palms out to the edges of your mat. Lift your elbows any amount. That's going to compress your low back. So just monitor how that feels in your low spine. 4 more breaths. Lower down to the earth. Bring your forehead to your forearms. Bend your knees. Sway your shins side to side. And take a really quick quad stretch on each side. Push back onto your forearms. Bring your left forearm in line with the top of your mat. Bend your right knee. You can stay right here if this is enough of a stretch, or reach back, grab for your foot. Hug your heel into your glute. Then use your forearm to push down so your heart and chest lifts. Squeeze your heel in towards your hips and then push your entire right side down into the earth, your right thigh, your right hip. Find a slight tuck of your pelvis towards your face, kind of like you're pushing your hips down into the earth. It's a pretty active one, so you've got just a few more breaths. And slowly release, other side. Opposite forearm comes in line with the top of the earth. Bend your left knee, option to stay or reach back, grab for your foot, hug your heel in. And find the activation through your left side as you push your left hip down, your left thigh down, your left pelvis down. Four breaths. And release. Drop back down to your forearms, lie flat or bend your shins again, side to side. And you'll flip onto your back. Option to take either bound angle pose with your feet together and knees wide, or supported bridge. You plant your feet, lift your hips to the sky. If you have a block or a bolster or a pillow, slide it underneath your sacrum, your low back, just above your tailbone. Let the entire weight of your hips rest onto your block. Should feel pretty good. If it doesn't, try sliding your block closer to your heels. And your legs can take any shape. Maybe you knock your knees in or open your knees wide. Straighten your legs forward. Let your arms take a shape that feels good. Last couple of minutes here. If you're in supported bridge, option for a waterfall, send your legs straight to the sky. Your feet are lifted or out long. Plant your feet back onto the earth. If you're in supported bridge, lift your hips, slide your props out. Lower down one bone at a time. Knock your knees together, feet come wide, fallen bridge. If you're in bound angle pose, bring your hands to the outsides of your thighs, press your legs together. Then everybody knees to chest. Happy baby pose, grab for the outside edges of your feet, ankles, or calves. Finishing class with a twist, unless there's any other pose you'd like. Hug your knees to your chest. Exhale, twist to the left, supine twist. You can take any variation in your body that you'd like. Inhale to center, hug your knees in. Other side, exhale, twist to the right. Stack your hips. Your hips are in alignment with your spine. Maybe you gaze towards your left hand. Inhale to center. Give yourself a squeeze. If there's any final movement you need, take that now. Maybe draw your forehead to your knees. Activate every single muscle here as you squeeze to the midline. And exhale, let it go. Final resting pose. Take any shape you'd like. This is where I will leave you. Please stay as long as you are able. Thank you so much for practicing. Namaste.